Hi everyone, it's Cass. Welcome back to my channel, What Cass Read. Today I'm going to attempt to do a reaction to my old 5-star TBR predictions video as a fun way to do my wrap-up of my previous 5-star TBR predictions. And then I do have a list of some new 5-star TBR predictions that I'd like to share with you, so let's get to it. Hi everyone, it's Cass. Welcome back to my channel, What Cass Read. Today we're going to do some 5-star TBR predictions. I got this idea, there's several people that have done these kinds of videos, but basically it's choose 5. Okay, first of all, I have to compliment my makeup there because I don't know what I wore that day, but I really enjoy it. Okay. Books on your TBR shelf that you think you can predict them being a 5-star read for you. After you read them all, then you can do a video wrapping them up, and then we can see were your predictions correct. Let's start with my queen of 2017, Robin Hobb. This is Ship of Destiny. This is book number 3 in the Live Ship Traders trilogy. I love Robin Hobb. I'm like so deep in the Hobb fandom right now. So accurate. So accurate. Okay, well, that one was a given. That was obvious. Yes, Ship of Destiny ended up being like an infinity stars. It was probably one of the best books that I've ever read. It just goes without saying on this channel. Robin Hobb, 5-star reads. Okay. The next Robin Hobb book that I want to bring up, this is Fool's Fate by Robin Hobb. This is book number 3 in her Tawny Man trilogy, and that is the trilogy that comes after. Okay, how predictable am I? Fool's Fate, of course, was a 5-star read for me. I just want to say that not all Robin Hobb books have gotten 5 stars for me, but the conclusions to the trilogies all have gotten 5 stars, so that was like such a predictable, easy move on my part. So of course, Fool's Fate did get a 5-star read for me. I do have a whole review of actually both of those books on my channel, so if you want to check them out, if you're a Robin Hobb fanatic, or if you're thinking about getting into Robin Hobb, you may always come to my channel and let me know because I love it so much. Okay, so let's skip forward. That one was an obvious, that was a gimme. The next book that I want to bring up is Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch. I'm just going to go ahead and say it's a 5-star read. Spoiler alert, I finished The Lies of Locke Lamora this past weekend and I loved it. I loved it. The only thing that makes me nervous about declaring this as a 5-star read ahead of time is because you remember with Ship of Magic I said I wasn't so into pirate books? Well, this is a pirate book. Now, Robin Hobb convinced me that I was wrong in my ways of not. Okay, so if you've tuned into my January wrap-up, I did finish not The Lies of Locke Lamora. I did finish Red Seas Under Red Skies, and it was a 4.5-star read. It was so close, but no cigar kind of situation. It just didn't end up coming close to The Lies of Locke Lamora, and I do plan on doing a whole review on that one, but if I'm like comparing the two books, The Lies of Locke Lamora just set everything up so well. It took about 50% of the book for Red Seas Under Red Skies to even gain that same momentum, and I did finish it on audio and I read it physically. Like, I had to bounce back and forth between the two formats so that way I could get through the book, because some parts just did move a little bit slow for me. And the other thing was, funnily enough, it didn't have enough piracy in it, which I never thought I'd be saying, but it didn't have enough pirates in it, and I wanted more pirates. And I wanted all of the lady pirates. I wanted the pirate councils because you get both of those things inside Red Seas Under Red Skies, but it just didn't quite deliver in the first half of the book the way that it did in the second half of the book. So that one was a 4.5-star read. The next book that I want to bring up is Traitor's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. People have said that this one is sort of a mashup of The Three Musketeers and The Lies of Locke Lamora. Well, I love Lies of Locke Lamora, so I feel like this one, with its size, it's not as dense as the two Scott Lynch books that I have just mentioned. It's called the Great Coat series. Okay, that I felt like was way more of like a wild card pick than Red Seas Under Red Skies was. It was definitely more of a wild card pick in comparison to the two Robin Hobb books, which were just kind of gimmies. Traitor's Blade did end up being a 5-star read, so good job past self, because I was not really thinking that it would be as fun and as transformative as it was. I enjoyed the whole series. I do have a whole series review for this as well. I rated 3 out of 4 of the books in the series as 5 stars. So good job past self, because Traitor's Blade was like a complete slam dunk. And I also did that one on audiobook. Recommend it. This book is Certain Dark Things by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. And I have described this in my December book haul as 3 words, which I borrowed from Adriana from Perpetual Pages. The 3 words that were used to describe this were Mexican, vampire, new more. It's been a long time since I've been able to sink into... Okay, I can't even continue with this one because I ended up DNFing Certain Dark Things, so I don't know what I was thinking here. Like, I had some pretty solid picks for the other ones. I do not know what I was thinking with Certain Dark Things. Like, that was like a true wildcard pick. And I at least thought maybe, like, if it wasn't going to be a 5-star read, I thought I'd at least finish the book. But it turns out I didn't even finish the book. I DNF'd it. It was in my most disappointing reads for 2018 video. And it just kind of makes me sad because the premise, like, the premise was good, and I wanted it to be more vampire-y than what I got. And I gave it like 100 pages. I gave it a third of the book to pick up, and it didn't. This is The Grace of Kings, written by Ken Liu. This is book number 1 in the Dandelion Dynasty series. This is epic fantasy that melds Eastern and Western culture into one book. This one could be a wild card as well, because, I mean, look how big it is. It's a very, very dense epic fantasy tale. I haven't actually read The Grace of Kings. That one's on my list of fantasy books to read for 2019. So hopefully that one will be a 5-star read. Haven't gotten to that one yet. So I think that's the only one out of this whole video that I haven't gotten to. Insert a clip, because I don't own it yet. I've been meaning to purchase it for my birthday month, so that's gonna happen. But The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss, I just posted my spoiler-free review and my spoiler review of The Name of the Wind, and I loved it. The Name of the Wind was an immediate 5-star read for me. Like, as soon as I opened the book and I read the first pages, I was like, I have something in my hands. But I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm just gonna throw it out there into the universe. If you're listening to me, universe, hook your girl up. The Wise Man's Fear, make it a 5-star read. That one did end up being a 5-star read. So The Wise Man's Fear, written by Patrick Rothfuss, was a 5-star read. And that one was, like, on the fence. Like, could it be a 4-star? Could it be a 5-star? I mean, the length was, like, enough to make me want to not finish it. It was a lot. It was a lot to think about. But that one did end up being a 5-star read. I think the story was stepped up enough that it continued the momentum and it made me want to continue reading it. So that one was a good pick. Okay, so if that was a successful experiment, I hope you enjoyed that kind of format of like me reacting to my 5-star picks. But I do have a list of some 5-star TBR predictions now that I'd like to see if we can make these 5-star reads. So like pretty much you can just call me Cheater, Cheater, Pumpkin Eater because this is the Fitz and the Fool trilogy from Rob and Hobb. I should have just like not even included this in this video, but oh well. 5-star TBR prediction for the entire trilogy. Book 1 of the trilogy is Fool's Assassin. Book 2 of the trilogy is Fool's Quest. And book number 3 of the trilogy is called Assassin's Fate. I don't think any more needs to be said about that trilogy, so let's move on. My next 5-star TBR prediction is The Black Prism, written by Brent Weeks. I don't want to blind you with the glare. This is the first book of an epic fantasy series. I think there's currently 5 books in it right now. He's continuously working on it. This is a world where there's like color magic. Magic is based on the spectrum, and people's colors is based on people's powers are based on the colors that they're able to utilize in the spectrum. And there's one person that is able to utilize all of the colors, and that is the Prism. There's a little bit of a conflict in here about the Prism in this book series. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been anticipating this one for a while, and I really hope this is going to pan out for me. So I'm just going to put this out into the universe and say, The Black Prism, Brent Weeks, let's go. Let's do a 5-star read with this one. This one I'm also really looking forward to. This is Foundryside, written by Robert Jackson Bennett. I hauled this in my Christmas book haul. This was something that had a lot of steam behind it toward the end of the year last year. I had a lot of people say really good things about this book, and I'm pretty excited to get to this one, so I hope this one's a 5-star read as well. This one is like an industrial type of magical city, and there's a young girl who is raised on the streets. Love that trope. I'm down for it. And there's something like the merchant houses are able to use this kind of magic, but what happens is I think then the people on the streets like this young girl. There's people that can also use the same kind of magic, and that's not really allowed, and that's not really supposed to happen. It sounds really, really good. I hope this works out. So this is Foundryside, written by Robert Jackson Bennett. Okay, and then my next author, I have 2 books from this author. If you have been following this channel, I have got an odd track record with this author for me to pick 2 books of his to put in this video, and of course I'm talking about Brandon Sanderson, but I have faith that I will find some more 5-star reads from him, because The Final Empire was the first 5-star read that I gave Brandon Sanderson, and then the other 2 books in the Mistborn trilogy were just like up and down for me. But I'm hoping that Warbreaker will be a 5-star read for me. This is 2 young princesses, like 2 teenage princesses. One of them is supposed to marry someone really powerful. It just doesn't go the way that it's supposed to, and there's some cool magic in here. There's like color magic involved. There's a magic system called the Breath. So I really want to give this one a chance. Hopefully I can get to this one soon. So this is Warbreaker. And I'm also taking kind of a risk with this one. This is The Way of Kings, written by Brandon Sanderson. I would love to give this a 5-star read, because I'm pretty much building my way to this book. And I feel more confident in saying that this one could be a 5-star read for me than any other book that I have of his, because I love myself a really chunky story. I really love chunky fantasy epics. They're my jam. I just don't know what to tell you. Some of these like 400 and under pages books just don't give me all the detail that I crave. I don't have to worry about that here, because this one's like a 900-some page book. So I feel really good saying that this one could be a 5-star read, just because of the length, that there's enough for me to sink my teeth into and a lot of details that I can absorb. So I'm really looking forward to this one too. So this is The Way of Kings, written by Brandon Sanderson. So I hope you like this format. Again, experimental. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't, you're just going to get a regular 5-star TBR prediction video to be posted another time. So let me know what you thought about my picks down below. What have you thought about these books? Have you read any of them? What did you rate them? Yeah, I think some of them are going to be like slam dunks for me, and some of them are a little bit more controversial, but I think I'm fine-tuning some of these 5-star predictions, because there were some 5-star TBR predictions that I made in the past that just did not pan out. So you can follow me on my social media. That's at whatcassread. I'm on Twitter and Instagram, so it's just like my name of this channel. Should be super easy to find. And then, of course, my Goodreads link is always listed down below. Otherwise, you know how these videos end. I'll talk to you later. Bye.